Dream bigger. Do bigger. The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have. If your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. The only constant in life is change. Embrace it and you'll grow. The secret to change is not on fighting the old, but on building the new. Begin at once to live, and count each separate day as a separate life. Confidence is the present tense of hope. Make it your friend and ally, not your enemy. Smart people learn from everything and everyone. Average people from their experiences. Stupid people already have all the answers. Letting go isn't a one-time thing. It's something you have to do every day, over and over again. Close some doors today, not because of pride, incapacity, or arrogance, but simply because they lead you nowhere. If you want to be happy, set a goal that commands your thoughts, liberates your energy, and inspires your hopes. Hard work spotlights the character of people. Some turn up their sleeves, some turn up their noses, and some don't turn up at all. The best teacher is experience. Realize you cannot control everything or everyone, but you can control yourself, and that's even better. Even the finest sword plunged into salt water will eventually rust. The art of living well and the art of dying well are one. People of higher morality do not consider themselves moral. Therefore, they have the highest morality. Courage is the power to let go of the familiar. We all live upon the past, and through the past we are destroyed. Love is the greatest adventure you'll ever embark on. If you don't like something about your life, you have to change it. It's not going to change for you. Happiness is not a station you arrive at, but a manner of traveling. It is only by risking our persons from one hour to another that we live at all. People want you to succeed, but not more than themselves. Forget trying to change people. Either change yourself or change your environment, or both. In a loved one, either correct the vices or endure them. If you fix it, your partner will be better, and if you endure it, you will be better yourself. If a man will begin with certainties, he shall end in doubts. But if he will be content to begin with doubts, he shall end in certainties. There are people we can't live without but have to let go. My standpoint, armed neutrality. If you're not dating to marry, you're dating for heartbreak. Let that sink in and be in a serious relationship. Commitment is what gets you started. Consistency is what gets you somewhere, and persistence is what keeps you going. Learn to be okay with not being okay. Often, there is a time gap between knowing better and doing better. Real enduring change happens one step at a time. Every person hits the crossroads in life when you have to let go of the past and forge ahead into something new. We're all born with two things: borrowed time in varying amounts and the ability to make choices. If what you have seems insufficient to you, then though you possess the world, you will yet be miserable. You don't like everybody, so don't worry about everybody liking you. All obstacles that are perceived with love can transform into the greatest life lessons. When I do help others or help them to do something, I'm doing what I was designed for. Be a reflection of what you'd like to receive. Whoever fights can lose. Whoever doesn't fight has already lost. You can't be happy with someone else if you aren't happy with yourself. The longer we dwell on our misfortunes, the greater is their power to harm us. Be a reflection of what you'd like to receive. If you want love, give love. If you want truth, be truthful. If you want respect, give respect. What you give out will always return. You alone are enough. You have nothing to prove to anyone. Focus your attention on creating the life you want instead of distracting yourself from your current life. Never give up on something you really want. It's difficult to wait, but it's more difficult to regret. Never buy something enticed by its low price, as in the long run, it will cost you dearly. Do what is right, not what is easy. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes it is a quiet voice at the end of the day saying, "I will try again tomorrow." Sometimes it's not the people who change. It's the mask that falls off. Control your thoughts, or your thoughts will control you. No matter how challenging it is, don't show your weaknesses. People will enjoy the show. Don't be weak in front of them. Adversity has the effect of eliciting talents which in prosperous circumstances would have lain dormant. Heavy food destroys the human body, therefore you need to look for the middle. Experience is not what happens to you. It's what you do with what happens to you. Anything that you start to take a relaxed attitude towards stops controlling you. You don't get points for tolerating those you dislike. The one who knows and pretends not to know is on top. Act without expectation. Guard well your thoughts when alone and your words when accompanied. Any change, even a change for the better, is always accompanied by drawbacks and discomforts. Do not let anyone have anything that could harm you. Love is about listening with your heart. I hope you heal from things no one ever apologized for. Excuses make today easier, but tomorrow harder. Discipline makes today hard, but tomorrow easier. Life is too important to be taken seriously. Do something every day that you don't want to do. This is the golden rule for acquiring the habit of doing your duty without pain. Never go to the past, not for happiness, not for justification, not for excuses. You can have it all, just not all at once. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Living on Earth is expensive, but it includes free sunsets. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. You are responsible for your own happiness. If you expect others to make you happy, you will always be disappointed. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. Being honest may not get you a lot of friends, but it'll always get you the right ones. It is better to have less thunder in the mouth and more lightning in the hand. Don't think money does everything, or you are going to end up doing everything for money. Sometimes carrying on, just carrying on, is a superhuman achievement. Just let it be. If it's meant to be, it will happen. Love isn't about finding a perfect person, but seeing an imperfect person perfectly. You may delay, but time will not. Time is a created thing. To say I don't have time is like saying I don't want to. Learn to heal without venting to everyone. The whole secret of a successful life is to find out what is one's destiny to do, and then do it. The only journey is the one within. You will never ruin a role if you play yourself. When one door of happiness closes, another opens. But often, we look so long at the closed door that we do not see the one which has been opened for us. Happiness is not something you postpone for the future. It is something you design for the present. Love is the key to a fulfilling life. The more kind a person is, the less he notices the bad in people. Well done is better than well said. Life will only come around once, so do whatever makes you happy. The bee doesn't waste its time trying to convince the fly that honey is better than nothing in life that is worth having comes easy. The only thing you can control is how you feel, do, and think. Enjoy what you can and ignore the rest. When your work speaks for itself, don't interrupt. Be the man you want your son to be. Once you are in the right direction in life, you stop getting offended and angry all the time because you have so much better to do with your time. Life becomes easier when you learn to accept the apology you never got. Don't make someone a priority in your life when they don't do the same for you. Don't give up after the first failure. Failure is not the end. It's just a detour on the road to success. Real men despise battle, but will never run from it. If you're right, but you're obnoxious about it, people won't see you as the good guy. Your past doesn't define you. It just gives you the starting point of who you're going to be. Embrace your imperfections. They make you unique. Appearances matter, and remember to smile. If you are at peace, you are living in the present. Don't give up. You are closer than you think. Prioritize your mental health like you would your physical health. Fortunate sides with him who dares. Once you hurt someone, they're not likely to forget. They will always remember how much you've hurt them. Curiosity about life in all its aspects, I think, is still the secret of great creative people. Stop expecting others to always agree with you. Don't let yesterday use up too much of today. People demand freedom of speech as a compensation for the freedom of thought, which they seldom use. Most of the time, you have to swallow the pain and learn to grow up by yourself. Remember, no effort that we make to attain something beautiful is ever lost. There are not a lot of things worth caring about. Your friends and family do not always know what is best for you. Mistakes are stepping stones, not stumbling blocks. Learn from them and move forward. Privacy is power. What people don't know, they can't ruin. Don't bite off more than you can chew, because nobody looks attractive spitting it back out. Stop cheating on your future with your past. We cry over people, but what about time? Time is also never going to come back. Time is everything, and one day it will define you. You're in charge of your own happiness. You don't need to wait for other people's permission to be happy. Nothing prevents happiness like the memory of happiness. Do it or don't do it. You will regret both. Owning our story and loving ourselves through that process is the bravest thing that we'll ever do. The people who ask the most from you are the people who do the least for you. One today is worth 2 tomorrows. It's never too late to be what you might have been. The whole being knows without learning, sees without looking, and attains without doing. Do not give in too much to feelings. An overly sensitive heart is an unhappy possession on this shaky earth. The more primitive a man is, the better he believes himself to be. Rivers know this. There is no hurry. We shall get there someday. Action is the foundational key to all success. A man who stands for nothing will fall for anything. It's your reaction to adversity, not adversity itself, that determines how your life story will develop. No matter how smart, successful, and good-looking you are, nobody likes arrogance. Humility is everything. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. Strive for progress, not perfection. The most important thing is to look ahead. I am not a product of my circumstances. I am a product of my decisions. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given us. The real test is not whether you avoid this failure, because you won't. It's whether you let it harden or shame you into inaction, or whether you learn from it, whether you choose to persevere. It's best to leave things at the right time. Otherwise, you are left with too many regrets and complaints. If it makes you nervous, you're doing it right. Wake up determined and go to bed satisfied. Buy not what you need, but what is necessary. We are like roses that have never bothered to bloom when we should have bloomed, and it is as if the sun has become disgusted with waiting. Trying to create a new you around the same old people. Most people will treat you according to their needs and breed. Don't be afraid to make a hard choice. The hard choices are the best you end up making. Where wolf's ears are, wolf's teeth are near. Remember your past dreams. Appreciate your present. If someone is trying to bring you down, they are already below you. If something goes wrong, do the opposite. If you intend to consult someone about your problems, look first at how this person manages his own problems. An individual who unselfishly tries to serve others has an enormous advantage. Choose your friends wisely. The fastest way to become better is to surround yourself with better people. It's easy to fool someone. It's hard to convince them that they've been fooled. The things you own end up owning you. Life is inherently risky. There is only one big risk you should avoid at all costs, and that is the risk of doing nothing. You are lonely not because no one needs you, but because you care about who is next to you. What if I told you that 10 years from now your life would be exactly the same? I doubt you'd be happy. We pretend to be unable to understand life because we know very well that the minute we understand, we are obliged to act accordingly. Men want success in sex. Women want everything. Be careful about reading health books. You may die of a misprint. You may turn into an archangel, a fool, or a criminal. No one will see it, but when a button is missing, everyone sees that. Is life worth living? It all depends on the liver. If you want to get rich, think of saving as earning. We feel guilty when we no longer want to associate with old friends who have not changed. This is the price and marker of growth. Manage your mood, because if it does not obey, then it commands. Free yourself from the complexities of your life. A life of simplicity and freshness awaits you. The first duty of love is to listen. Silence is the sleep that nourishes wisdom. There are no shortcuts to any place worth going. Many people know they are unhappy, but even more people don't know they are happy. Fear is the thief of dreams. Things work out best for those who make the best of how things work out. You have to help yourself. No one else can help you. You have to do it yourself. Once you realize this, you will feel more in control of your life. Our lives are defined by opportunities, even the ones we miss. You have within you right now everything you need to deal with whatever the world can throw at you. Thanks for watching. To make sure you don't miss any future videos, please click the circular subscribe button in the middle of the screen. You can also check out more videos on the left or our playlists on the right. Don't forget to like and share to help us spread the word. Thanks you.